Hello friends, I am Dinesh Sakhuja. I am working in data backup and storage domain for 15 plus years. I have started this channel where we'll be having videos related to backup and storage technologies. Today we are going to learn about backup basics only, and this will be the first video in this series. We will be further uploading more advanced videos related to data backup and storage. So what will be the topics today? The today topics will include what is backup, what is the definition of backup, why do we take backup, what is the need to take backups, what are benefits of backup, what needs to be backed up, and how to define the critical data. What are the different backup terminologies, backup type, backup levels, and different type of backup devices. So what is backup? Backup is a simple process of collecting data from your disk and storing it on a different media. Traditionally, it was being used for just storing a copy of data in another location on the same disk system, but it had some own constraints. If the file system goes corrupt, your backup will also go corrupt. But now backups have encryption, compression, and we are compressing data from the disk system and storing it on a different type of media. That media could be a tape device or another disk system connected to the centralized backup system where we can store the data in encrypted format. And it could even go to the cloud in form of AWS, GCP storage, or Microsoft OneDrive or Google Drive. Different types of options are available today. So why to take backups? Why do we need to take backups? Backups are required to help in situation of an unplanned downtime. Unplanned downtime can be due to any hardware failure, software failure, corruption, natural disaster, power or electrical problems, intrusion, terrorism, any kind of unplanned downtime. Accidental disturbances in your setup can be recovered out quickly if data has been blacked. Business processes need to be up and running as soon as possible in the event of a downtime. You also need to ensure that not only when the downtime is accidental, but also when the downtime has been planned, backups are essential. Planned downtime can be due to system maintenance, after which the system doesn't come up properly, any hardware or software upgrades, which led to a corruption, any conversion or consolidation kind of a event, or any data center upgrades where the system doesn't come up as planned and backups are required. A planned upgradation of an OS or application patch, but improperly done, can cause damage to the setup. Therefore, you need to ensure after exposing your system to any such threat that backups have been taken. One another big reason for taking backup these days is the statutory or legal requirements like SOX audit or any other legal time limit that needs to be followed. So what are the benefits of backup? The primary benefits of taking a backup are need an older version of data. If someone needs to check an older data working on his data file, or even when due to some latest patch malfunction, you want to revert back to older version and patch level of your operating system or application. Backups are beneficial. Loss of primary system or data. If there is a data loss due to any form of failure, you can get this back only from the backups. In events of complete system crash, if you have lost your server hardware, OS or application, you can recover all of them from backups. Apart from that, some image level backups of the virtual machine can help you in recovering the complete machine in matter of minutes from the backup. Let us now try and understand what all needs to be backed up. Operating systems? Of course, yes. Operating system backup is required for quick recovery of a system in case of an OS level disaster. If not daily, a periodic backup should always be maintained. In case of virtual machine, image level backup is to be maintained. In case if virtual machine goes corrupt, we can immediately recover it from the backup. Application file system. Application like operating system application files also needs to be backed up to ensure smooth recovery of application in event of application failure. Databases, the online databases that are the key for any business. Database backup should be mandatory and done very frequently. In case of databases, transaction log backups are also required. In case if we lose few recent transactions from the database, in that case, just recovering in the form of transaction logs can also help in recovering your data. Therefore, one should ensure backing up transaction logs. Essentially, everything on the network should be backed up, but it depends on the customer's need, what all I want to back up. To access his need, we need to understand some basic backup terminologies, which we will be covering in our next slide. Let us understand some backup terminologies. Backup window. Backup window is the amount of time required to complete a backup. That means in off business hours, if we have been given 10 hours, so in within 10 hours, we should have our backup completed. Recovery window. Recovery window is the amount of time required to perform a recovery. So in case of a disaster, how much time will we take to recover that particular data is the recovery window for that. Recovery point objective is the point of time to which you can recover data. That means how much loss of data an organization or a business can afford. Up to what point it can afford a loss, that's the recovery point objective. Like in case of online transaction, we can't even afford to lose a single transaction. So it's a zero recovery point objective. Recovery time objective is a time period for which you can afford to spend to complete the process of recovery. That means how fast you want your systems to be back. In case of some mission critical or business premium servers, we need it back immediately. So that means a more robust kind of a backup application and a backup setup along with restore objectives to be maintained over there. So what are different backup types? File system backups. That's are backups of your non-database file like operating system files, application components, etc. Offline backups, often referred to as cold backup, are the kind of backup that require you to shut down your database while backing up. Online or hot backup are the backup that do not require any database shutdown. Databases are being backed up while still in use. In order to maintain the media used and restoration speeds required, we need to choose the right backup levels while defining our backup. So what are different backup levels? Full backup. Full backup are the backup that backup all the files included irrespective of when were they changed. That means a dump of the file system. Incremental backup are the backup that backups only the file that have changed is the last protected backup. That means last full backup. After that, whatsoever the files have changed, that will be included in the incremental backup. Or next is the differential or the level incremental backup. These are the level 1 to 9. These are the backups that backup only the files changed since the last full or incremental protected backup. The full backup take large media and time to backup but are faster to restore. Incremental backup needs lesser media and time to backup but the restoration is slightly slower as it would need both the full and incremental backups to recover. Differential or level incremental needs very less media and time to backup but the restoration becomes a longer process. Similarly, another latest trend is the synthetic full backup. What is a synthetic full backup? Synthetic full is the latest trend where the backup application takes one full backup and further incremental backups and merge the full and incremental level backup together to create a new full at the application level itself. That is, at the backup application level. This saves the backup time and also gives efficiency while restoring. What are different type of backup devices? Traditional ways of backup. Hope you all remember the traditional ways of copying data onto floppies, CDs, DVDs, zip drives, pen drives, flash drives. You can still do that with smaller data sizes, but for professional backup, you should go for professional backup device and application. Some modern backup solution using hardware and software combination would also help you to get better performance, data security, and easy data mobility. Some advanced trends in backup devices are the tape drives, tape libraries, disk libraries. Disk libraries can be emulated as tape drive or can be used as disk type backup devices. Latest trend are the cloud backup storage where the data is being backed up onto the cloud in the form of GCP cloud or AWS cloud where the data is stored in the cloud and is safe over there. Coming on to our last topic in this session, what are the different backup applications? There are generic tools which are embedded in OS itself which can be helped to you take the backups, but these have very limited functionalities. Some examples of generic OS-based applications, backup applications are Windows Backup or the zip or the tar utility that we use and store that onto a pen drive or a connected hard drive, that's external hard drive. Some specialized backup application which are being used at the enterprise level, that's the enterprise termed as the enterprise backup solution, which have enhanced functionalities like automatic scheduler with defined backup policies, software compression and deduplication engines embedded into it, which helps in saving space on backup storage, automatic purging of the backup copies as per defined backup policies, and periodic backup success reporting, etc., to name some. Some specialized backup applications are the Dell EMC Networker, Dell EMC Avamar, NetBackup, HPDP, Cohesity, Veeam, Dhruva, and so on to name. This brings us to the end of this session. Hope you liked it. If you liked it, please do like, share, and subscribe my channel. Thanks for watching this presentation. We will be further bringing more advanced topics related to backup and storage. Thanks once again. Have a nice day ahead.